about your boy?
Yeah. Always fucking up.
Terrible. Cheers to your terribleness. Mr. Guy.
Man, cheers, man. Fucking up. Fucking up on the game. Fucking up in life, just period.
I want to talk to you about that, by the way, man. I want to talk to you about that for real. You be fucking up though, like real life shit. You be fucking up. Fuck the game.
I don't know. I'm trying to fuck up.
It's pride.
It's pride too. Though.
Pride, though. I'm telling you, pride. Pride to have you. Pride to fuck you up.
How you figure that?
I learned pride to get you fucked up when I was, I say maybe 14 years old.
You said you was 14?
14. At the time, I had no idea it was pride, though. I had no idea it was pride, but I knew it was something because it was a feeling. It was an emotion. Like I was just like. But now when I think about that situation back then, I'm like, it's pride. And it's a story I always tell my people. Like every time, like my people going through some shit, or even when I go through some shit, I think about that prideful situation. It's like my parents, like when we first moved here, about, let's say about 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, whatever. My parents moved here off all just, basically they sacrificed their whole lives just for me, so they can make my life better. They quit their jobs, all the money they saved up, they used all the money to lug everything out here. My parents got this tiny ass apartment. The apartment was so small, I can like lay here, like my bed is here, my parents' bed is over there, they be over there like fucking each other. And I'm like, they don't understand, I can see them. You know, it was crazy. So we moved out here and we moved to this small spot next to these big ass like $1 million homes. It was like, the homes were inspired, the homes were so big, it was like out of walk by. Right? It was crazy. So, and I had to go to school with all white kids. I've never met a white person. Never talked to a white person in my life. I've seen white people. I was just never really friends with a white person.
You know, I hope you see some white
people. I've seen some white people. You know, I mean, I've seen white people. Like I've seen them like on TV or like passing by in the car. But I never shook hands. Never was really friends with a white person. And I was going to an all-white school, so my first day of school, I was like a nervous wreck. And I was just nervous. You know, so I dressed to impress. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get myself together for the day. So, you know,
just fresh.
I'll do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? So, it's the first day of school. I'm running late. My mother's outside going crazy. I'm talking about honking the horn, losing her damn mind. Like, I said, come on! Right? I'm like, damn, I gotta brush my damn hair. I'm looking for my brush. Like, I just grab my brush. Like, there it is. I grab it. So I'm just running. I'm running out the house. Just, all right, man, it's all right. Run to the car. I gotta keep my hair right. So I get in class. I'm sitting in class. I'm just brushing away. And Mrs. Johnson, she walks out the class. I'm brushing. She walks out the class. And this kid is like sitting maybe 5 or 6 seats in front of me. Maybe 4 or 5. I'm not sure. The kid, I'm brushing. He turns on. Hey, why are you brushing your hair?
Of course.
And I'm like, what? Because I know how to take care of my fucking self, so shut the fuck up, basically. Right? Then here, another kid comes out of nowhere, snatches the fucking brush out of my hand. This kid grabs the brush and just starts throwing it around the class with the rest of the kids. Throwing my brush around the class, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And so I get up to go grab my brush. I go grab my brush, and Mrs. Johnson walks in. She says, Jason, what are you doing? I'm like, Mr. Johnson, like, I'm grabbing my brush. Like, this is my brush. Yeah. Like, Jason, you don't have any hair. I lost my damn mind.
Of course you says that.
Yo, I lost my fucking mind. I spat in her face.
Wait. You say you did what?
I spat in her face because she said, you don't have any hair. How stupid is that?
You spat in her face.
I got expelled. As soon as I got home, As soon as I got home, my father on the porch waiting for me.
There you go.
Looking at me like a pit bull. As soon as I walked through the door, that was the crazy shit. As soon as I walked through the door, I'm thinking he about to like kill me. The nigga bit me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Wait, hold up.
My father whooped my ass for like 2 hours. I'd fall asleep and get just getting smacked. He hit me. He didn't give a fuck. He was hitting me with a buckle. I'm trying to get it. Shit. Hey.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah. So it's funny now because you know I got this theory on like how I don't care how old you are. Like no matter how old you get, your parents whooping your ass will always make you cry. Real shit. You can be 98. Your mother is fucking 117 years old. When she whooped that ass, it's gonna be a problem, boy. Y'all gonna be in there just crying together. She gonna be tired, right? But the reason why I bring this story up is because it was just pride. It was a pride thing. Like pride fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? It's like. So after that situation, after I got expelled, my parents, they had to move out the small apartment neighborhood, all white neighborhood. We had to move to an all black neighborhood for a lot less money with a whole lot of space. I'm talking about rent was maybe like 3 times cheaper. It was crazy. I had to go to school with all black kids, all Latin kids, no white kid. I'd never seen a white person at this school. You know, and I was so fucked up. I just tell my parents, I told my mom and I told my dad, I said, I apologize for sending y'all through that type of embarrassment. It's fucked up. I embarrassed myself. I embarrassed them. All of a pride. Pride. I mean, just pride is tough. You know, pride is like love. Basically, it is love. I mean, pride is. So now I ask whenever I'm getting into a crazy issue, and this is the one question I want you to think about every time you in a situation. I always ask myself, what is pride worth when coupled with embarrassment? You ain't even gotta answer that question, just think about it. What is pride worth when coupled with embarrassment? You know?
Some real shit.
It's tough. It's tough. Think about that. As you take this ass whooping. Boy.
Imagine that. You gonna whoop your ass like your daddy did.
Yeah, I beat his ass though. He don't want them problems now. Nigga about to die.